I'm wondering, when you came in with about 6 minutes to go, you needed 4 assists for the triple-double. Were you aware of it? Because you seemed to immediately start finding some guys.
Yeah, the coaches told me that I needed 4 more, and uh, the guys helped me out with that by finishing the plays. So yeah, I knew.
For either of you guys, that was very much a game of two different halves, very, very different halves. What would you say was the difference in those two halves? What was the catalyst to the change?
We just played harder in the second half. We got a little lower in our stances, tougher boxing out, just making sure we keep possession of the ball on the rebounds, 50-50 balls, just playing harder.
Jae'Sean, have you ever had a triple-double before?
Yeah, I had a couple of them back in high school, but obviously none at the collegiate level.
With the way you played in the second half against Indiana and then the way you've played tonight, can you just talk a little bit about where your game's at right now, if you're feeling like you might be at another level than maybe you were earlier in the season?
I'm making shots, creating for my teammates. That just comes from confidence from them. They believing in me, every day in practice, going hard, just getting better as a team. And, with Kata, Mark, Jae'Sean, Trevor, and them all making plays, the lanes begin to open up for me. So, I'm taking that, and then when they do cut me off, they're finishing. So, if once for them, it would be hard to do what I'm doing right now.
What was up with the rebounds? You had 10 of your 14 rebounds in the first half. Was it just you wanting more than everybody, or was it just coming your way, or what was going on there?
They said I was stealing them, but I think they was just boxing their man out, and I seen the ball bouncing, and I just ran to go grab it. So, I think I was aggressive on the boards the first half, and they kind of, got it with the program, and they got to taking on the boards in the second half.
And Jae'Sean, I just you got a couple real deep in the paint right to start the second half, and then I think Trevor had a couple of dunks right after that. What did that do for you guys to obviously get 4 baskets strung together, but, all of them right there at point-blank range?
It definitely jump-started us. I think that because we were getting so deep in the paint, that was because we were at another level on the defensive end. We got a couple steals, got a couple turnovers to start out the second half, and we got out in transition, which let us get early duck-ins for easy layups.
It seems like the first half was really Jae'Sean having to carry a lot of the load, and then the second half there seemed to be a more of an effort to get everyone involved. Was that a big message in the locker room?
Definitely. Jae'Sean last couple games have been playing, super great. We need him to continue to do that, just staying aggressive, and just we gotta get on board with him for the second half. Like I said, everybody can play better, and throughout the season we just gotta show that we can do it from start to finish, not just in the second half.
How mad was Coach Mata at halftime?
Pretty mad. He's still a little fatigued from yelling. So, he lost voice energy. He'll be all right tomorrow though. He can sleep pretty good on the win. So,
Jae'Sean, you promised yesterday that the team would come out way better.
Did you?
I know the score didn't show it, but did you think you guys came out pretty well?
I think that our mindset was better. I don't think we came out at the level I wanted us to, but we did in the second half, and I'm happy for that, and I'm happy we got the win.
The turnaround was incredible. It almost was like the Indiana score. Obviously you said Coach Motto was pretty upset, but what else changed? I know you mentioned defensive stance, and
we knew that we owed it to ourselves and the fans that we could play better. We just went out there and played like we were supposed to, like we practiced. And like I said, we just got to continue to try to do that at the start of the game. That's going to be key, especially facing some of the tougher teams in this conference.
Jae'Sean, I know you mentioned that the coaches told you were getting close there before the end, but prior to that, can you sense, I've got some good things. Can you sense when you're getting close to a triple-double just when you're out there playing? And also just, how does it feel to record one? It's a rare thing, and I imagine it's a special thing for you.
Well, the first half, I knew I made some shots, and Coach Mata got on the team during halftime about rebounding, and he called everybody out saying we had 14 rebounds as a team, and I had 10 of them. So then that let me know I had 10 rebounds. But, as far as assists, I mean, I really didn't know that, but I was just playing the way I played, just getting the teammates involved. And then once the opportunity presented itself, they let me know. But as far as, recording one, I mean, it's just a great thing to do, Just got to keep getting better every day, and hopefully I can get another one.
Jae'Sean, Jae'Sean had said that you guys kind of knew that you were trying to maybe get him there towards the end. What was that like being on the court? And I think you had the one that gave him 10. Are you aware of that? He's aware of it. How much do you guys talk about that in the last couple of minutes?
I mean, I definitely knew he was close. I don't know how many assists he had during the first half. I knew that, but I knew just how he's been playing. He was going to be close on the assists, and from the fact that he had the 10 boards, I mean, I obviously knew that too. So, we tried to help him out there at the end, just making sure he had the ball in transition to make the right plays and, pretty much spoon-fed us the layup. So.
Towards the end there, you guys were having a lot of fun. I know early in the season you guys didn't get kind of some of those games that you usually get to run up the score like that. Was that the most fun you guys have had this year? Alley-oop dunks and things like that?
I wouldn't say that's the most fun. Me personally like the competitive games. I think Kentucky still was one of the greatest games I've ever played in. It's always good to see, our teammates do crazy things. Mickey throwing it off the backboard.
A.J. Duncan.
A.J. Duncan. It's always good to see that. But I'm more of a competitor, and I like the close games.
You guys looked pretty fired up after A.J. threw that down. What was?
I mean, I ain't seen that since
I ain't never seen that.
junior high school. So,
I've never seen that.
So I didn't know he still had it, putting on that weight. So it was good.
Guys, you had 2 road games. The last game, obviously, didn't go the way you wanted. But now you come home, you play great in the second half. What is a game like this, especially, coming out the way you have the last 2 games in the second half? What's it going to do for you now? You got to go back on the road for 2 tough ones.
I think it shows us that we need to make defense a priority. I think the first half of IU, there was no talk on the defensive end, and we started the same way tonight in the first half. We wasn't talking on the defensive end, and I think they had the lead at halftime, and in the second half it was a complete change. A lot more intensity. Guys making plays on the defensive end, and that's igniting our offense. And I think we're a better basketball team when we're running in transition, making plays for everybody.
What do you think like a game like this is going to do to help your confidence going on the road for the next 2 games?
It's definitely a confidence booster. A couple of us been struggling to see the ball through the hole, and I feel like we saw that tonight. Going into Maryland, tough environment, we can definitely have a little confidence on this, and also sitting at 4-1 in the Big Ten. That's pretty good.
Guys, what do you say about Mickey Mitchell's play? Have you ever played with a guy who can be that kind of spark and facilitator before?
I've never seen a guy that big play that smooth and hard at the same time. He's one of those special players, and he's a great person off the court and on the court. He makes me play harder, and I love him. I love having him on this team.
One assist tonight. He should have had 4 at least. You got to make those shots.
I don't know. I'll be looking at the stat sheet sometime. I'll be like, a couple of those was assists. You got to give him the one off the backboard at least. Yeah.